What is going on, my beautiful electric people? This is the Windone S16. It is a 16 by 4 fat tire foldable electric bike. Before I dive deeper into the specs, let's go over to the unboxing. It's always important to see how the packaging looks because that'll give you an idea for when you purchase the bike if it's gonna come damaged or undamaged. Okay, we have some foam on top. Okay, the bike already comes folded. I see some foam on bottom and a little bag over here. We got the manual, some tools, our pedals, the bell, and the charger. So this is a 2 amp charger. Our battery is 13 amp hours, so it should take us about 6.5 hours to charge from 0 to full. Let's cut this box to get a better side profile view. Look at these tires, they're so small. They're cute, that's what they are. This is 16 by 4. I've never reviewed a bike with such small tires. I like it. That means it's going to be low to the ground, and I'm a short person, so it works out for me. What? Check this out. This is a full twist. I usually never see this. That's pretty cool. That's really different from the usual bike we get. Alright, we got the handlebars in. And before I put the seat on there, I'm going to remove this battery and go charge that bad boy up. We just rotate the key to the unlock position. It's a nice little portable size. It's only 13 amp hours, but you know what? This size is perfect if you just want to take it off and charge it at Starbucks or in the office or in a classroom. It's so easy and portable. It is now fully assembled. The battery's still not in there because we're charging, but I gotta admit, it's looking pretty good. It's so tiny and compact. This thing is so small. Now this would be an amazing bike if you lived in an apartment or dorm. Alright, now that the unboxing is done and the battery is charged up, let's go over the specs before we test it out. Starting with the tires, we have 16 by 4 inch fat tires. These are smaller than the typical 20 by 4 we usually see. And I knew that these tires were going to be smaller than what we usually get, but seeing it in person is just so dang cute. But it's still wide, so it can eat up bumps really nice. For the rotors, we got 160 millimeters front and back paired with mechanical disc brakes. We got metal fenders. They feel nice and sturdy. And we have a nice large round light. Usually for bikes in this category, we have a much smaller light, but this one is actually pretty big. And I tested it out in my garage and it looked pretty dang bright. So I'll give it to Windone there. I like this headlight a lot. It works very well. We do have front suspension forks. The travel isn't amazing, but at least it's there. This is what the front suspension looks like. It moves maybe an inch down. Not the most travel, but better than nothing. Moving on up, we have a foldable stem. And just like that, it came down. Let's bring it back up. On the handlebars, we have some rubber grips. They feel comfortable. They feel super grippy. Our mechanical brake levers, they feel like mechanical brake levers. They don't feel the smoothest, but they stop your bike, so can't really complain. We got our switches to increase our pedal assist levels. And down here, hidden below it, is actually the power button. This is my own phone holder. This is our display. Let's turn the bike on. We go down to our battery, turn the ignition on, press that tiny little button, And there's our screen. It is a nice color display. I don't think the camera shows it because the lighting is not good right now, but the screen is bright. I like the screen a lot. We have a bell, no horn, but we have a bell. And a 7-speed Shimano shifter. And surprisingly, we do not have a half twist or a thumb throttle. We have a full twist. That's pretty neat. This is the first bike I've received that has a full twist throttle. Moving on down to the frame, we have the branding, Windone, and a lever over here to fold the bike in half. We have regular plastic pedals. They are not foldable, which is kind of strange because usually on these foldable bikes, the pedals can fold too. Moving on up, we have an adjustable seat. The seat isn't the most comfortable, but that's why I like these type of normal bike seats or saddles, because you can change these out really easily. You can find any comfortable aftermarket normal bike saddle and just replace it with this one. It is definitely a lot harder than I would like. Unless you got more cushion for the pushing, then you'll probably be fine. I don't have that much junk in my trunk, so it does feel a little hard. I am 5'5.5" with a 28-inch inseam, and I can flat foot this bike. If you're on the shorter side, this bike is going to be really comfortable for you. What I do like though is that there's a lever to move the seat forward, and then you can easily take the battery out. The battery is a 48 volt 13 amp hour pack, and on the website it says you can get 50 miles using pedal assist. I don't doubt that at all, but I'm gonna guess that with throttle only you'll get closer to around 26 miles. Behind the battery we do have a nice rack. It feels really sturdy. It's not the longest, but it definitely feels sturdy. Down here we have a derailleur guard, and that's always super helpful because, you know, accidents happen and your bike might tip over. Your derailleur won't get bent. For the motor, we have a 500 watt geared hub that peaks at 750. The website claims that we can reach 22 miles per hour, but I think we can do more. I really do like that the wheels are mag wheels. These are my favorite because you'll never have to worry about spokes. They're just so much more durable. Then moving on up, we got the rear fenders and a brake light. There's no turning signals, but it is a brake light. And I like that there's a space to put a little license plate. You can maybe put one of those vanity plates, like those fake license plate. Maybe say something clever like Hak Tua or LOL gas, whatever you want. If I had to choose one word to describe this bike, I would call it cute. I mean, come on, look at those tires. This bike is just so compact and small. It's perfect if you don't want a bulky bike. You know, a lot of these companies keep pushing out larger and larger bikes because customers want larger batteries, larger wheels, bigger motor. But this would fit into a class of bikes that still remain compact. Not everyone wants a giant bike, and this is perfect for those that don't want that. Without further ado, let's go ride this bike and test out some of the speeds. Okay, we're in pedal assist 1. Ooh, that is peppy. Oh, it's got some torque to it. The bike is so light and small that it just kind of goes. We're going off-road. Yeah, it's not terrible on the grass because of the fat tires. Even though the wheels are smaller than the usual, it's still wide. It's the same width, 4 inches wide. Let's go up this little hill. And it climbs it easily. Going down. Oh yeah. Our GPS and our display is pretty accurate. They're both pretty much the same. It appears that this bike's pedal assist levels do not correlate with the throttle speed. I'm in pedal assist 1 and it's taking us about 9 miles per hour. But if I hit the throttle, it just starts climbing. And it is peppy. me go down the street and see if we can get a top speed run on just throttle only. Okay, we're climbing. 20 miles per hour on the GPS. 23. Whoa! 24. 25. 25 miles per hour. 26. Whoa! Yeah, so the listing says 22 miles per hour, but they're wrong. This thing says 25. So I weigh 170 pounds, right? And I'm willing to bet that if you weigh less than me, you can probably get even more top speed. How do I know that? Because check this out. If I put the bike on its kickstand and I tilt the bike so that there's no weight on the rear wheel, check this out. I'm gonna hit the throttle and it's gonna spin all the way up to 28 miles per hour. I had another bike, my Super 73Z Miami, that had the same setup. The pedal assist levels also did not correlate with the throttle speed. And with me on that bike, I would reach 25 miles per hour. But when my fiance would ride it, she weighs like 115 pounds, maybe 110. She actually saw 28 miles per hour. So when there's no weight on this bike, it showed 28 miles per hour. I'm gonna guess if you weigh less than I do, you can get more than 25 miles per hour top speed. It's really interesting when companies list their top speed less than what it can actually do. If you weigh over 200 pounds, then maybe your top speed will be 22 miles per hour. Let's test out pedal assist number 2. We are at 12 miles per hour. Number 3, around 15, 16. Oh, I gotta change gears. Here we go. Let's go on gear 7. Get some resistance back in our cranks. Pedal assist number 4. Had to slow down there. Pedal assist number 4. Let's see. We're getting 19 miles per hour. 19, 20, around that range. And then let's go on to level 5. My legs can't even keep up anymore. I'm just ghost pedaling now, but it's climbing. Level 5 is about 25 miles per hour. I'm going against the wind here. Okay, let me try that going the opposite direction with the wind on my back. Brakes feel solid. All right, pedal assist number 5 again. I'm just ghost pedaling, no resistance. Oh, 25, 26, 26 miles, 26 miles per hour. My foot came off the pedal right there. Yeah, someone that's lighter than me can definitely see higher speeds. This is a peppy little bike, I like it. Let's go head to the mall and do a brake test. Am I gonna lane split right now with this little mini bike? Yes, I am. Let's piss off all these cars. We're gonna make a left turn here, but we're gonna hop on the sidewalk. honestly, having no rear suspension isn't that bad on this bike because of the 4-inch tires. If it was like if the width of the tire was smaller, then it would be a bit more uncomfortable. Okay, we just reached our designated brake testing spot, and I'm gonna put this giant leaf right here. Hopefully the wind doesn't blow it away. Once my bike crosses over here, we're gonna see how many car spaces it takes to come to a complete stop. So the goal is to get up to top speed at around 25 miles per hour and then hit the brakes right there where the 2 leaves are at. Okay, let's get up to speed. Oh, I locked up the tire a little bit. Let's see. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and touching the 6, barely touching the 6th parking spot. It seems like when we don't have hydraulic disc brakes, the average parking spaces it takes is around 5 to 6. I want to try that again. Let's try it one more time. All right, here we go, here we go. And brake. Is that the same? I think that's the same. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Yeah, 5 touching the 6th parking spot. So that's our brake test. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It seems pretty average. Check this out. At the mall where I work at, they have this annual circus. It's called Circus Vargas. And it's pretty cool. I've been to it a couple times. I like it a lot. But it takes up like half the parking lot. And a lot of the delivery drivers that are using cars, they complain about their parking. But not me, because I'm on e-bike mode. I don't gotta worry about parking. E-bikes for the future, man. So convenient. There's a special place in my heart for these small little bikes. I've noticed even with my own personal builds, I started off big with the Anioki and the X-Class, and then I started getting smaller and smaller. My more recent build was with the Z Miami frame, and that bike is really low to the ground too. And then I have another build coming up in the future, and that one is going to be a tiny little scooter, smaller than this one. So there's something special about these small bikes. It's just so peppy and so easily tossable. This is exactly how my Super 73 Z Miami felt. That's why for the longest time I didn't feel the need to upgrade it. It's just so light and playful. And the battery can be removed so easily. Honestly, when I'm on bigger bikes, I get so jealous of smaller electric PEVs because they can just bring their bikes inside or at least take their battery off and it can be removed so easily. But I won't be jealous anymore because this thing can do the same exact thing. I do notice that there is a slight throttle delay. And to be honest, usually I wouldn't like that at all. But because this is a full twist throttle, I feel like it's a safety measure. Because with full twist throttles, it's so easy to whiskey throttle it. You know, when you're walking the bike or getting on and off, it's so easily to accidentally twist this and it just sends you flying. So that's why this time I don't really mind the slight delay. See, watch. I'm gonna twist the throttle And you can see that there's some play in it. Check this out. Right there. That's when it kicks in. Watch, slowly twist. And there, it kicks in. Guys, this thing is so peppy. Before we go, let's talk about the pros and cons. If I'm nitpicking here, I'll just say that the brakes is not as smooth as I would like because it is mechanical. The front suspension barely has any travel and the seat is pretty hard. But that's pretty much it. Those cons aren't a big deal to me because of everything else that this bike has. The pros outweigh it a lot. The 16 by 4-inch tires, it's small and compact, but it's still super comfortable to ride. It eats up bumps like crazy. The headlight is really bright and the battery is super portable. See, I can hold it with one hand out in front of me. It's so compact. It's so compact, but surprisingly, this bike still packs a punch. It has a handle, you can just take it in wherever you go. Put it in your backpack, keep it next to you while you're studying at Starbucks or something. It's great. It even has a rear rack. You can put a basket on there. Maybe take this thing to the grocery store. It's a fun little commuter. It kind of reminds me of how in America, cars and SUVs are getting bigger and bigger. But, you know, sometimes having a small little car is still fun to play with. And this is exactly just like that. This tiny little bike is so fun to throw around and just so quick. If I have any discount codes, I'm going to put it in the description. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. Please give this video a thumbs up and a like. Subscribe if you want, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.